Big Meech, the rise, reign, and fall of a drug kingpin. Demetrius, Big Meech, Flannery is a name that commands both admiration and infamy. As the co-founder of the Black Mafia family, BMF, he built one of the most powerful and sophisticated drug enterprises in American history. At its height, BMF was reportedly moving thousands of kilograms of cocaine across the United States every month, generating hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue. However, beyond the drug trade, Big Meech became a legend in hip-hop culture, rubbing shoulders with rap superstars and influencing an entire generation. His story is one of ambition, excess, and ultimately, downfall, a tale that continues to captivate the public. From humble beginnings in Detroit to running a billion-dollar empire, here's a deep dive into the life, rise, and fall of Big Meech. Early life. The birth of an empire. Demetrius Flannery was born on June 21, 1968, in Detroit, Michigan. He and his younger brother, Terry, Southwest T. Flannery, grew up in a struggling yet stable household. Their parents were hardworking, and they instilled strong values, but the lure of fast money in the drug trade proved too strong for the brothers to resist. In the late 1980s, as teenagers, Big Meech and Terry started selling small amounts of crack cocaine on the streets of Detroit. What started as a way to make extra money quickly turned into a full-fledged business. Unlike many street dealers, the Flannery brothers approached the drug trade with a strategic mindset. They focused on efficiency, organization, and expansion, qualities that would later define the Black Mafia family's success. By the early 1990s, they had moved beyond Detroit and were distributing cocaine in multiple states, including Ohio, Kentucky, and Georgia. Their operation was growing at an alarming rate, and law enforcement began taking notice. The formation of the Black Mafia family. By the late 1990s, Big Meech and Terry had officially established Black Mafia Family (BMF), a highly structured, multi-state drug organization. The brothers divided responsibilities. Big Meech focused on public relations, networking, and expansion. Southwest T managed logistics, distribution, and security. This division of labor allowed BMF to flourish. They operated like a corporation, using stash houses, safe communication methods, and a vast network of couriers who transported drugs using high-end vehicles outfitted with hidden compartments. How BMF smuggled drugs across America. At its peak, BMF had a distribution network spanning over 10 states, including Atlanta, Georgia, which became their headquarters; Los Angeles, California, where they sourced cocaine from Mexican cartels; Miami, Florida; Chicago, Illinois; St. Louis, Missouri; Detroit, Michigan. They used luxury cars with secret compartments, private jets, and even high-end limousine services to transport drugs undetected. They moved hundreds of kilograms of cocaine per month, reportedly making over $270 million annually. BMF avoided violence as much as possible, unlike other drug organizations. Instead of relying on intimidation, they used business strategies and deep-rooted connections to maintain power. Big Meech's influence in hip-hop. Big Meech was not just a drug dealer, he was a cultural icon. He recognized the power of hip-hop early on and decided to merge his drug empire with the music industry. In the early 2000s, he launched BMF Entertainment, a record label and promotional company. On the surface, it was a legitimate business, but law enforcement suspected it was also used to launder drug money. BMF's hip-hop connections. BMF Entertainment quickly became one of the most recognized brands in rap music. It worked with artists such as Young Jeezy, Fabulous, Blue Da Vinci, BMF's official artist, Rick Ross, T.I. Big Meech's presence in the rap industry was undeniable. He threw extravagant parties in Atlanta, Miami, and Los Angeles, where celebrities, models, and athletes mingled with drug kingpins. His luxurious lifestyle, private jets, Rolls-Royces, diamond chains, and VIP club access, became legendary. Even after his incarceration, Big Meech's influence remained strong. Rappers continued to mention him in their lyrics, keeping his name alive in hip-hop culture. Songs like Rick Ross's BMF, Blowin' Money Fast directly reference his larger-than-life persona. The beginning of the end. Law enforcement crackdown. Despite BMF's success and secrecy, law enforcement had been watching for years. By the early 2000s, the Drug Enforcement Administration (DEA) and the Federal Bureau of Investigation (FBI) had launched a full-scale investigation into BMF's operations. How BMF got caught. 1. Wiretaps. Authorities tapped phones and intercepted coded messages between BMF members. 2. Informants. Some insiders provided critical information to law enforcement. 3. Money trails. The government tracked millions of dollars in suspicious transactions. 4. Drug seizures. Several shipments of cocaine were intercepted, exposing BMF's distribution networks. In 2005, a nationwide raid led to the arrests of over 100 BMF members in multiple cities. Both Big Meech and Southwest T were arrested and charged with conspiracy to distribute cocaine and money laundering. The trial and conviction. In 2008, both brothers pleaded guilty to running a continuing criminal enterprise. They were sentenced to 30 years in federal prison. Authorities seized millions in cash, luxury homes, high-end vehicles, jewelry and assets linked to drug money. With its leaders behind bars, BMF collapsed. The once mighty empire was dismantled, leaving behind a legacy of power, crime, and controversy. Life in prison and sentence reduction. While Southwest T was released in 2020 due to COVID-19 concerns, Big Meech remained incarcerated. However, in 2021, a judge reduced his sentence by 3 years, citing changes in federal drug sentencing laws. His current release date is set for 2028. Despite being in prison, Big Meech remains influential. He still has supporters in the rap industry and continues to inspire songs, documentaries, and television series. The legacy of Big Meech and BMF. Big Meech's rise and fall is one of the most compelling crime stories in modern history. He wasn't just a drug kingpin, he was a visionary entrepreneur, a cultural icon, and a mastermind strategist. What he represents. To some, he's a symbol of success and street power. To others, he's a cautionary tale of crime and consequences. The Starz TV series BMF, produced by 50 Cent, continues to tell his story, introducing his legacy to a new generation. Even behind bars, Big Meech's name still holds weight. His influence on hip-hop, business, and street culture remains undeniable. While his drug empire collapsed, his legend lives on, in music, in film, and in the streets where his name still commands respect. Final thoughts. The story of Big Meech and BMF is a testament to both the power and pitfalls of the drug trade. His empire was one of the most successful and dangerous criminal organizations in American history. But as with all kingpins, the law eventually caught up. His life is a mixture of triumph and tragedy, a reminder that fast money often comes at a heavy price. Whether you see him as a legend or a criminal, one thing is certain: Big Meech's story will never be forgotten.